Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to rank all the brand new specials in Update 4 in Anime Fighting Simulator X. So, there's a bunch of brand new specials and stuff in the brand new Premium Fighting Pass. So as you can see here, I've unlocked everything. I did do a showcase, so make sure to check out that video. And I will be telling you guys which one is the best one. So first up in the S tier, we have Buddha. So the Buddha fruit is extremely OP, and when I say extremely OP, it's like the best special in the game right now. And why do I say this? Because you can literally one-shot bosses and NPCs just with one move. Literally no other special can do that. This just makes it extremely OP. Like as you can see here, if I just open up Buddha here and then just do the C move, the first move, it one-shots all the NPCs here. And then I also beat the monkey boss with only one shot. This is just insanely OP, and I would definitely recommend using this because this is probably the best special in the game right now. And it's just so insanely OP, like you can literally just one shot and grind so easily with this. Alright, next up we have the Bicorn mount. So the Bicorn mount is a brand new Premium Fighting Pass mount, and this is probably the fastest mount in the game right now. And as you can see here, it's like a weird demon unicorn horse, and this runs really fast. And I think that this is probably one of the best mounts. One little disadvantage of it though is that it can't jump over items or like objects. So if the developers do see this, please make sure to fix this because I can't jump over anything. But besides that, that's like the number 2 item on the S tier list. Next up, we have the Dio champion. So even though the Dio is the second champion, it has this insane ability. Like you can literally stop time. And this just makes it insanely OP because it has a 2% chance to stop time. But if you do the math, when you're grinding NPCs, 2%, so like you're guaranteed within 100 hits like to activate the ability within 2 of the hits. So that's why this is insanely OP, because you can just activate it. And then next up we have the A tier. First up in the A tier we have Cream. So the Cream stand is OP because it has this one move that basically like poisons anyone you touch, and it has a pretty decent set of moves that deal pretty decent damage. And while this is not the best stand for sure, it's definitely up there because it has some pretty good poison moves, and that's why I'd probably rank that at the A tier. Alright, next up we have the next item. So the next item in the A tier would probably be the Shanks. So the Shanks champion is probably the second best champion in this update because it has this nice ability where it actually auto activates Conqueror's Haki. And it's actually insanely OP when you're grinding, but one thing that I don't like about this, as you can see the ability just got activated there, but one thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't do its own Conqueror's Haki. It uses your own Conqueror's Haki, so you have to wait for it to cool down to use it again. So that's why it's worse than Dio, because Dio doesn't have a cooldown, it just has its own ability, and that's why it's super OP, because you don't have to wait for cooldowns or anything. But this is a pretty handy ability, so you don't have to like use it against like boss or anything, you just let the Shanks thing do it. Alright, next up we have insect breathing. So I would put insect breathing at the B tier because this breathing is actually pretty mid. And while it's flashy and does have pretty good graphics, like I just don't like the moves at all. Like the moves don't one shot. And as you can see, the Z move like is just not that good at all. And most of these moves barely do any damage. So that's why I'd put that at the B tier. Next up we have the King's Pillow mount. And I actually like this mount a lot because it's pretty unique, because you're essentially sleeping on a pillow, right? And it's from like 7 Deadly Sins, and that's pretty cool. And guys, here's some proof before we get to that about why Buddha's S tier. You can see the monkey boss and then boom, a one shot. That's actually insane. Like no other special does that. Like it took me 1 second to just beat him. But yeah, that's why that's an S. Alright, so back to the pillow. So I think the pillow is pretty decent, and it's not the fastest, but it's definitely faster for the free-to-play players, because you can't get this free-to-play, but it's like really hard. And then finally, in the C tier, we have Naval. And this is the first starting special that you get from the Premium Pass, and this is absolute garbage. In my opinion, I think that this quirk is not good at all, because it's just barely does any damage, and the moves are like low range, and it only offers like a low beam. That's why it's not that good. Next up we have Mitsuri. So Mitsuri is a love Hashira from Demon Slayer, and while I expect to have like some nice breathing buffs or something, that would be pretty cool, but it only trains sword and strength, and that makes it pretty mid because so many other do that. Next up we have Clown. So Buggy is the first starting champion that you get and the first reward of the tier list, and as expected, he's pretty bad. Like I think he only trains a 0.22 durability, and this barely trains any durability at all. And that's why that's just not good at all. But yeah, that's everything for today's tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and please subscribe.